Hey everyone, GuardianE here with just a quick update in Fire Emblem Heroes to piggyback on the previous Rokkr Siege's video we released. I'm sorry for releasing so much in quick succession, but there were a number of questions about whether the last strategy was viable for a ranged Rokkr boss as well. And it does, just not as cleanly, and as a proof of concept I wanted to show the team clearing both Veronica and Loki here. Once again, this is on intermediate with 8 Havoc axes, so an 8 times multiplier. And the only real adjustments were that I swapped any spur attack seals with drive attack seals where possible, because sometimes you can't really always stick to that T formation that you can consistently with a melee Rokkr boss. And ultimately your goal, as you can kind of see here, is to chase the Rokkr boss into a corner while maximizing as much damage as you possibly can. Sometimes one of your dancers will be in the way of getting the hit on the boss, in which case you want to use that dancer to potentially take out one of the peripheral spawned units to increase your multiplier, while still being in buffing range. That way, even though you miss out on a dance and attack, you're still securing a higher multiplier at least for later on throughout the course of the battle. And then you just sort of push the boss into a corner here. It's a little easier to force Loki into a corner than Veronica, just because Veronica has that additional mobility, but otherwise the strategy is the same. It's the same regardless of the map, regardless of the enemy type. And again, it's a little less consistent than the melee version, just because again, with the melee version, right quick, you can immediately get into T formation and establish that loop. Here, it takes a little bit more finessing and a little bit of luck potentially, but ultimately at the end of the day, the strategy is the same. So hopefully this helped any of you who were struggling from the last video to using that same Brave Bow plus 3 Dancer strat for the ranged Rokkrs that were released today. You can utilize a similar sort of strategy by using a melee Brave Attacker, and if you use a melee Brave Attacker with the same kind of configuration and 3 Dancers, but you have instead a melee Dancer that is sitting behind your Brave physical attacker, then you can have the same effect, basically forcing the ranged attacker into a loop. That just means you need 2 ranged dancers and 1, obviously, melee attacker, but it's the same sort of principle. But I wanted to just show that it is possible with this team, so this team really can be a one-stop shop for you, and just, again, showcase how I ended up doing it against both Veronica and Loki. So let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, certainly, but otherwise, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please feel free to leave us a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. And until next time, let's protect those skies.
Funny Fire